When it comes to man, one thing that we all have in common is faith. When you look in the Bible, you see where God gave to every man a measure of faith. Every one of God's created people were given a certain amount of faith. We all have it. What we want to do is get to the point to where we grow our faith. We add to our faith. We build on our faith. It takes faith to be able to hear the word. I know the scripture says faith comes by hearing, but it takes faith to hear. So God gave every man a measure of faith, so you have enough faith to hear the word and add to your faith. But hearing the word causes faith, and you want to have enough faith to apply the word to your life. Sometimes I wonder about a lot of people. I wonder, do you really believe what God said in the Bible? Do you really believe the word? Because you see a lot of people now, they're going through the motions. They have a strong form of godliness. You see people now who love to go to church. You see people who are morally good people. They won't do anything wrong to anybody. They'll do whatever they can to help you out whenever they can, because they're good people. But when it comes to faith, though, where are the faith walkers? Where are the people who live by faith and refuse to live any other way? And I ask that question because you see people who are good, and they're churchgoers and they're praisers, but it's like we have become modern day Pharisees. It's like when you look at churches now, it seems to be just a group of modern day Pharisees. Now, if you look in the Bible and read up on these people that Jesus had a problem with, these religious people, these Pharisees, Sadducees, you see how they loved the synagogue. Maybe they loved it because that's where they got their pats on the back from. Just like today, you got modern day Pharisees, they love going to church. In the Bible, you see the Pharisees, the religious folks, they loved to study the word. And you look at church today, you see people who love to read the word, they love to come and hear the word, they love to talk about the word and quote the word. You look in the scriptures and you see where the Pharisees rejected Christ. They rejected the truth. They rejected the truth that Christ came to teach. Then you look in today's church and you see the same people that love to have church, love to hear a word, love to read and quote the word, but they're just like the Pharisees. These same people reject the truth. These same people reject Christ. You look in the scriptures and you see that the religious folks refuse to believe the work of Christ, what Christ actually did. And you look in today's church and you see that people reject the work of Christ. They reject what Christ actually did, which means that in the Bible, the Pharisees were rejecting what they should have actually been doing. And the church today rejects what they should actually be doing. We were already told in Scripture to be doers of the word, not just hearers. Be ye doers of the word. If you're only a hearer, you're deceiving yourself. Deceiving yourself into thinking you're going to get results. Deceiving yourself into thinking there's a blessing in just hearing it. Deceiving yourself into thinking all you need to do is hear it. If you're not a doer, you're deceiving yourself. The Bible also lets us know that when we live by the truth, whatever we do is what's going to prosper. What you do shall prosper. Not what you hear. Not what you can verbally break down. Not what the word says, but the word that you do. The word that you apply. That's why I say, have we become a group of modern day Pharisees? Because for the most part, what you see in today's churches are people just like the Pharisees who know all about the scriptures. They know what the scriptures say, but they don't actually do it. They can debate the scriptures, they can argue the scriptures because they know them so well. But just like the Pharisees, they don't actually do what the word says. You see the church today, you think somebody is great when they can take that word and expound on what it says. You think somebody really knows God when they can take that word and do what we call break it down. Man, they preach today. They broke that word down to where anybody could understand it. That's how the Pharisees were. They love to break the word down. They love to hear the word broken down. But on a religious level though. And today, people love the word as long as it's on a church level. But you have to look at the Pharisees and wonder, where was the work? You got faith to hear the word, but do you have faith to do the word? You have to wonder about today's churches. You see people that have the faith to hear the word. You see people that love to hear the word broken down. But do you have the faith to do the word? Do you have the faith to do the word? Or have you become like a modern day Pharisee? Because when you start living by faith and living by the truth, like I said before, you start to see great things in your life. You start to do great things in your life. Instead of doing things the old way, now you're doing things the faith way. Now you're starting to heal your own body by faith. Now you're starting to come into more and more money by faith. Now you're starting to help other people out by faith. Now you're starting to see people delivered by faith. Now you're putting the word into action and causing great things to be done in your life. But another thing that you will recognize is that you do not see the word in action on a large scale. So it's like, wow, I hear a whole lot of truth. I hear a whole lot of word. A whole lot of people out here are breaking the word down. But where is the word in action? Where is the faith to perform the word? And if you really want to get dirty with it, let me ask you this. When was the last time you laid your hands on somebody who was sick and caused them to recover? When was the last time you laid your hands on somebody who was hurt and caused them to be healed? When was the last time you laid your hands on somebody who was going through in their minds and caused them to have peace? When was the last time you had the faith to do the word? These are the things that a lot of people desire to see. And sometimes you'll hear people say, the miracles are not around anymore. The prophets are not around anymore. We don't see the dead raised. We don't see the sick healed. We don't see the lame healed. We don't see the afflicted brought back. But these people who are saying we don't see these things don't even have the faith to do these things. And it's not because you can't do it. Check your belief system. What are you believing in? Check your mindset. Check your faith. The scriptures say, examine yourself to see whether you are in the faith or not. Because these are things that I'm telling you, you can do. If you lay your hands on somebody sick and command that they be healed, they will be healed. This is what you can do. If somebody is hurt or afflicted and you lay your hands on them and command that they be delivered, they will be delivered. This is what you can do. This is the power of God that's inside of you. Are you like a modern day Pharisee? Or do you have the faith to do the word?